anticipating anything potentially making them starts?
Oh, that is what it is. I'm just happy to be back, happy to be with my teammates again, and we're just ready to get it rolling.
And for you last year, do you feel like you took a step forward last year? Like is that kind of what you were anticipating?
I feel like I take a step forward every single day. I always practice and always get in my field room, trying to get better each and every day. And every time I stepped on the field last year, I felt like I took a step forward. And just with being a leader and being around my teammates and just learning from other guys and having guys learn from me, it was a big step forward. Especially being in year four, it was a big step. I feel.
I know last year your big focus was tackling, and that obviously paid off really well for you. Was there anything this year that you set is like the main thing you were working on?
I just keep working on my game, little bits and pieces of my game, playing man coverage, still tackling. Tackling is something you work on every single year. You don't just stop. You have 1 year. You don't just stop. Um, but I feel like I just keep getting better at little things with my trainers, and we just keep focusing, dialing in, watching what I need to improve on from the last year's season, and just get better on that for the upcoming season.
Marcus, has there been a big shift in your mindset, not just tackling, but being more, I don't know, authoritative or in general? I know a couple of your big highlights last year came separating guys from the ball when at the point that they were going to catch it. And it was that a big focus for you, and has it continued to be?
I just make plays on the ball. It's just something I do. It's not like that I couldn't do it. I mean, you could look back on the past year's film and you can see I was doing it then. I mean, you may have seen a bigger emphasis on it because maybe you were a little dialed more then, but it's something I've been always doing since I've been playing DB, and it's something I continue to get better at. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, but I always work to be a perfectionist in everything I do.
Is there anything that jumps out immediately about Chris Richard, your first chance to work with him?
He's very passionate, and he's coaching us with his passion, and he loves the game. He loves to coach, and he's going to give us his all. And every single time when he steps his feet out of bed, he's ready to go. And he says if I'm not ready to go, I'm not going to take my 2 steps out of bed. So I already know what to expect. He puts his faith in God first, and after that, he comes out and he does what he's supposed to do out here and helping us get ready for this upcoming season. Just for the little days and the little film sessions we've had already, is you could already see it's going to trickle down to the rest of us.
And his history, just like working with those great Seattle secondaries and stuff like that, did you guys pay attention to that? Do you know about that? And how do you kind of feel about working with a guy who worked with the Legion of stuff like that?
Well, I mean, I never grew up watching football and stuff like that, but hearing his background and being, with the Legion of Boom and with Dallas and stuff like that, they had some good secondaries, and I just hope he's gonna, I already know he's gonna bring that same intensity that he brought with them. He's gonna give us the little bits and tips that he had with them and what made them successful, and bring it to us, and we're just gonna put them together from what we had successful and what he has successful, and make it even better over here.
Marcus having the different voice in Chris from AG, how much of an adjustment has that been so far?
It's only been a short time, so I mean you can't really pick it up yet. But as the season goes on, I'll pretty much get a little better feel. But right now it's just getting to know each other, getting to know how each other are. I've been with AG for 4 years, and just being with him it's going to be new for a little bit. But as we go on, it'll get a little better.
Marcus, if I could maybe circle back to the franchise tag, have you kind of reconciled the fact that maybe this year you play under the franchise tag? Are you cautiously optimistic for a new contract? And at a certain point, you say the focus is football, and I don't really want to focus on the contract at a certain point.
Right. That's not for me to focus on. My focus is playing, being around the team, and everything else will play out. Will take care of itself.
Marcus, you guys are going to have a new starter at cornerback. How equipped do you think this secondary is to absorb that change? Since he'll be surrounded by a lot of experienced veterans at the other 4 starting spots.
Right. It's always good to have experienced veterans out here, and we have Marshawn, we have PJ, we have Chauncey, we have Malcolm, we have a lot of veteran guys. P-Rob, we have a lot of veteran guys that are willing and able to help any young guy or any new guy who comes in, and That's just what we do. We always have the next man up mentality. So whoever comes in, no matter who it is, even if it's a guy that's already been here, we're already ready to, mold together and get that culture back up and running and figure out what our identity for the year is going to be. And we just know that we're going to have a good coach to help us bring everybody together.
How do you guys develop that chemistry since you're in the classroom more than on the field? How does that chemistry evolve differently this season?
We still have training camp. You can't forget that. We still have a lot of time to go. Everybody just needs to make sure we get our bodies right and get ready for the season. Just being on the Zoom calls and in the meeting room, that's still very helpful. Being able to get that chemistry, talk about it, watch it film, stuff like that. It helps you. It helps you a lot more than you know.
Looking back, how do you feel like the chemistry was between you and Malcolm last year? And do you feel like you guys can be even better just as a duo, given that you already have a season together?
There's always room for improvement. Of course, we could get better. Malcolm knows a lot about the game. He's very smart. He knows a lot, and he's going to help me a lot this year. Just being 1 year under my belt with him. This next year, I expect to have a way better year. Just knowing how to read and knowing just even more run fits, because I'm not usually down, but he's gonna help me do a lot more this year. So having an experienced person like Malcolm going on his 13th year is really gonna help me elevate my game. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Marcus.